we stand for that. Because when you see the news outlets and you have American citizens, we're going to go to Ukraine and we're going to fight. And it looks like Antifa, some Black Lives Matters whites. That's what it looks like. And one thing that I do understand is when they talk about the not the surveillance, but the evidence shows that these groups go around the world and destroy countries, because a lot of the Black Lives Matters, the whites, have images on their Facebook pages and stuff when they were doing the same thing in Venezuela. They participated with the Black Lives Matters and snatched that whole thing away from the girls or the ladies, shall I say. And there's $60 million just sitting in a trust because there's no leadership. So hopefully somebody could lobby for that. And now you're seeing these same people in Ukraine fighting, doing videos, doing the same thing. So we no longer, as a group of people, are going to actually have outsiders. And when I say outsiders, people that truly do not understand what this is. Because right now, if something were to happen or come over here, we're not ready, we're not prepared. And this is why we have to do something. This is why a Better Black America and all the other coalitions that's going to start, that's going to be motivated by what we're doing, because we should be able to have the ability to have our own. Now, just imagine a black consulate here in the United States of America, where you can go and get any and every resource known or in existence just because you are a person in need, no matter your race, creed, or color. No one will be turned away. But I'm sure the Asians go to the Asian consulate. We can't go there, but they probably won't show up. But we do have to have a legislative body outside of our elected system, because it's the money, it's greed. And a politician, by definition, it's not a good word. It's like a manipulator, a con man. Because when Biden is on record paying $6 million to stop his son being investigated or prosecuted in Ukraine, and then all of a sudden he's in front of this, what is that? And that distraction is not going to distract us. That's just giving us motivation to say, and so what we going to do? What we going to do? We're going to be one united group of humans, black men and women, that's going to uphold the standard of living, uphold the standard of being moral, and welcome church and state. Because the country that we have over 400 years of equity, and they could somehow find unlimited resources to help Ukraine and support the United Allies, then they cannot make any excuse after the 13th Amendment is amended of what financial boost and or stimulus that will be poured into communities of color as a response to true freedom and liberation, to bridge the gap socially and economically. And then we can make it about class. But until then, we out. Nonpartisan independents, swing voters, block voters, congressional Non-congressional Black Caucus. Non-congressional Black Caucus. A Bluian society. When I say Bluian, Black Union. Black unions, Black union jobs, jobs that have connections like that, all union job resources. And make sure when we tell these boys, stop gangbanging, get off the block, there's a program you can go to. There's another one, no excuses. What do you like? Anything that you want to do. Even if you want to enlist in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines and go over there and shoot, you could do that too. You want to be a police officer, you could do that. You want to be a fireman, you could do that. You want to work for Caltrans, Metro. It does not stop. But anything with a union. Because we need to support our communities. Now, we know when a man or a child or female turns 18, they're not grown. Especially if they're not a mature. Okay. So this is why we have to extend the love and expand. Don't just because they're 18, they're not ready for the real world. We have to hold on to them until they have established a foundation for themselves. Kind of like an eagle preparing and making sure that that baby eagle could fly before she pushes him out the nest, thousands of feet up off some rock somewhere. So we can't do that. So we have to look and have a counterintelligence program for anything against us, like a anti-defamation Black League. We want to be ahead of it. And it's race, 100% race, because our race is our grace. The word race, R-A-C, put a G in front of it, grace. And like I've been saying, we have a gold medal ceremony coming this August 20th, the year 2022. 3 years removed from the 400-year biblical curse. If you didn't know, it says in Genesis and it says in Acts 7 and 6, it's in Old Testament and New Testament, the children of Abraham will be stolen from their land and they'll dwell in a foreign land. They will be casted as slaves and duly oppressed for exactly 400 years. And after that, God will punish the oppressors and they shall come out with great wealth. God is punishing the oppressors. And we are claiming our great wealth. Genetically, with our Series 9 DNA, no other race, creed, or culture has that Series DNA confirmed by the Harvard Society, Ivy League. You can't debunk that. Was actually classified on the campus of Harvard. But somehow the rabbit is out the hat. They said the Caucasians and the Mongolians have 6 series. So wouldn't you be mad at America if they conquered the 9 series? Because we are the good economic. I'm telling you, it's us. So when we have that gold medal ceremony, August 20th, the year 2022, we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate August 20th, the August 20th, year 1619, we was documented. Okay. 400 years. Count that. So this is 3 years removed. If you look at the book of Exodus, and this is what it is, we're doing a mass exodus from the 2-party system as a whole. Pharaoh caught a plague. And when they escaped, they went, the part of the Red Sea, I understand, but basically God got them out of a crazy situation and they went back. They went back to doing what they did. So this is what we came. And we're not going to hide out for 40 years. No. So we know we're not going back to the way things were. This will not be a sequel. They never intended us to be their equal. OK, so now that the world is distracted from us, because that's what it's all about. Who can control us? That's what it's all about. Don't you think somebody would love to control the Lakers roster or have a basketball team and be able to pay black men $100 million contracts and you write the check. Can you imagine how much the check writer has? If he can get a person to hoop for him for 100 million and he has teammates. This is what I'm saying. And we have the ability as well. But we didn't partake in establishing ourselves, because any and every time that they saw that we was expanding, they pushed us back. So this is how you control. You cut off that money. This is why Black Wall Street is so much important. This is why we're reaching out to scholars to talk about it. Like I said, I can't be the bearer of all. I'm getting this work in. We're going to get guests in. We're going to get people talking and confirming. This thing is, like I said, faint not. So pray for us as we pray for you, and pray for me as I pray for you. Consistency. Because time is the gift that God gives us, and we able to open our present every day, because right now we're living in the present. And it seems like there is no present time, because time never stops. So right now we could just present something good that can stimulate you mentally and spiritually, and make you think, and just sometime today, just say thank you. Just give gratitude, and just saying, and you're not saying it to nobody, but the person or the entity that hears it, he knows. So just thank you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And thank you for just being present right now in these times, to be on the right side of history, because we can't just sit back and act like we have not seen this before. So if we just go back to the way things were, then guilty by association. But we see a shift, and we see an opportunity to move away from what they got going on, because if they can shoot bombs over there, they can shoot bombs over here, and they're doing it to their own people. I truly don't know the real issue with the people, but if they leave and allow Putin to expand his borders and then set a boundary around that, I'm sure they could stop the casualties. But, that's what this is all about. Got nothing to do with us. But right here, we want a treaty. We want a treaty. And before we can get a treaty here, we're going to have to amend that 13th Amendment, because there's no way they're going to cut a treaty with some constitutional slaves. OK, they played us. Andrew Johnson played us, man. But happy Friday to you. This your man, Bushan Glover. Better Black America podcast, the #1 urban podcast stateside and worldwide. Make sure you go to conservatives-of-america.coa. Conservatives-of-america.coa. That's what we're powered by. And we actually are just taking your pennies and your nickels. So go check that out. Got a Better Black America podcast. We got a Better Black America TV on YouTube, so we can always stay engaged. And like I say, we are always connected. You can Google, we got back shows. We got a little time right now. So what we're doing, we're trying to elevate, and we're trying to look out not only for God's people, for everybody. All souls belong to God, the humans. And we're going to do it from a moral perspective. God, man, woman, and child. And there's no respect of persons when it comes to man and woman. We're equal. It's kind of like a car battery. You need a ground, and you need that hot to start the car. So let's start our engine and to get that spiritual motor moving, so we can get to the next level, because we cannot sit back and get played and fall for the okie doke once again. Dr. King said it himself. He felt like he delivered his people to a burning house, and he said it himself that his dream has become a nightmare. So for that dream to become into fruition, we're going to pick up the mantle. We're going to ride, because we've been stranded on second base. It's time to go to third, trying to go home, and we're going to do it. One positivity, one moralist movement, and one godly creature at a time. All right, y'all. With that being said, man, y'all have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. And this has been a Better Black America podcast, the #1 urban podcast nationwide and stateside and worldwide.